The comedian Chris Rock has now broken his public silence after Will Smith slapped him on stage at the Academy Awards. CNN has obtained audio from his first stand-up show since then in Boston last night. He came out to a massive round of applause, joked that the audience was trying to get him choked up. Here's more of what he said to the crowd.
CNN's Chloe Melas was also inside the room, and she joins us now. So, Chloe, what was it like in there?
I mean, first of all, he got 2 standing ovations, Erica, so he finally told them, just give me a moment to be misty. I got a show to do. He also explained to the crowd that, you know, I had a whole show planned before all of this happened over the weekend. So if that's what you came here to listen to, as you just heard, you know, that's not what we're going to be talking about tonight. But he says at some point he will be addressing it in the future. This all happening just moments after the Board of Governors for the Academy Awards. They released a statement saying that they have given Will Smith 15 days notice that he can write a written response. He can show up in person and sort of like plead his side, but that around April 18th, they're going to come down with their repercussions. Could that mean a suspension, expulsion from the Academy? Could it mean that he's banned from next year's Oscars or in the future? And why would that be significant? Because some people say, okay, well, so what if he's banned from the Oscars? But that is a big deal because the individual who wins the award presents it the following year. So it will be, you know, a huge dark shadow again next year where this will just continue. We haven't heard anything from Will Smith about the fact that the Academy has also said that he was asked to leave the theater after the incident. Many thought, oh, you know, Wanda Sykes has come out and she went on the Ellen DeGeneres show saying that it wasn't fair, that it shouldn't have happened, that Will sat there and was able to sit for about 40 minutes before accepting his award. But it turns out Will was told to leave and he refused.
Joining me now for more, CNN contributor and host of Entertainment Tonight, Nichelle Turner. Nichelle, what did you think of how Chris Rock handled this last night?
Well, I mean, I think he's shown through this entire situation, Kate, that he is an A1 professional, that, you know, the stage is his home, stand-up is his roots, and I think that he feels the most comfortable when he's on a stand-up stage, because it's what he's been doing for so long. You know, I think he's remarkable. He's always been, you know, kind of on the Mount Rushmore for me, for comedians, and I think the way he just went back to work and you know, did his thing, went back on tour, is doing his shows. But best believe Chris Rock is a master of comedy. So he is going to talk about this. He's going to come back. He's going to I can't wait to hear the set that he does surrounding this, because believe that there's going to be some ether to it. I mean, he's just that good and that precise and that acerbic. So I'm waiting on pins and needles to hear finally when he does do a set about this. Absolutely.
And look, what is going on with the Academy? I mean, they have now initiated this disciplinary proceeding against Will Smith. Do we know what that's going to look like? From the outside looking in, it just looks like a mess.
You know, so many things are happening here, Kate, and I'm with you. It's kind of like what's happening today, because, you know, I did ask the question when the Academy released the statement yesterday, well, why didn't you say day one, when you put out the statement that you condemn violence, that you asked Will Smith to leave? Why did this happen days later that you're now saying we did ask him to leave and he refused? That, I think, would be the first thing, if I was the Academy, that I would have said on the outset, is we tried to make him leave and he wouldn't. So that was kind of my first question. The second thing is, we don't know what they're going to do. I mean, their Board of Governors is going to meet. There are several options they can take. I think we can skip over the lightest forms of, you know, consequence for him. I don't think it'll be a probation or something like that. I do expect him to have his membership revoked from the Academy. I think that is an appropriate form of action. There is a lot of question on whether they will revoke his Oscar. I personally do not feel like that would happen. I have spoken to a few members of the Academy, not on the Board of Governors, but a few Academy members who have said to me, we are not going to let that happen. He is not going to get his Oscar taken. So, the Board of Governors does have to meet. I think there will be a healthy debate on what will happen. And, hopefully on April 18th, we'll get some resolution to a lot of this.
Nichelle, there have been so many different takes on this. Who's at fault?
Yes.
What should have happened? What should happen now? Nobody covers Hollywood better than you. I always lean on you for this kind of stuff. Have you been surprised by the range of reaction to this?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, there's definitely been, for lack of a better, a bit of a two Americas response to this. And, I've been surprised at some of the people who have said, he was protecting his wife, and I have respect for that. I think you can feel that way to a point, but there's a full stop, Kate, when you put your hands on somebody and you do that during a show, a live show on the Oscar stage, a global stage. And for me, just if I'm being completely authentic, me seeing two Black men up there and that happened with them just broke my heart. That can't happen. It can't happen. And then when you have also, on top of it, these two men who are A-listers, the cream of the crop in Hollywood, that cannot happen, full stop. So I'm having a hard time wrapping my brain around all the other justification and but this and that and the third. I get all of that, but full stop, you cannot do that, period. It was wrong.